Welcome, everybody. This is Agent Marketing Mania. Every single Tuesday, live, 3 o'clock, Central Standard Time. I'm Jacob.
I'm Rance.
And we come to you every Tuesday, bringing you marketing ideas, bringing you tips on how to get your name out there, how to stand out in a crowded world. And this week, we're going to keep it generic this week. We're going to keep it broad. Should you market? I mean, yes, no. I mean, there's some folks who are still really old school and they want the referrals only. They want to build the relationships, only bring in people based on, referrals from previous customers, from other, people in other industries, which if you can get to that point, yes, that is every insurance agent's dream.
Totally. That
their phone is ringing all day, every day. But to get there in today's world, because 20 years ago, sure, that was very achievable. But in today's world, you've got to do a little bit of marketing. You don't have to spend a bunch of money, but you got to do something, right?
Right. I'd agree. And that's the thing, we got respect for the old school, but it was a lot easier in the old school.
Yes.
You could just, have people tell other people about you and you just sit and wait.
Yep.
How nice would that be today to just be able to hang back and just have calls come in all day long and be able to help people out. And you really can't unless you just somehow are in this giant social group.
Right.
And when you had some huge frat that you were in college, and
right.
You've got tons of business ties, and you've done all kinds of different business, and maybe insurance wasn't your first career, and you have other jobs somewhere else, and you got a huge network. That's
right.
the only way you really can do it today. But what marketing can do for you, marketing can drive those calls to you.
Yeah.
So you've got to do something. So I would tell anybody that's, starting out or that's just a newer agent or maybe even in the old school, if you're still, the average age is kind of, getting in the upper 50s
right.
for an insurance agent. So, things change and, just working in different businesses and industries that I've worked in, some of the people at the top that have been doing this for 30 or 40 years, whatever it is, they're stuck kind of in their ways and they don't want to change. They don't want to adapt. But, you're never too old to adapt, and
right.
you can adapt, and you can do just a little bit of marketing. Marketing's not too tough if if you're just wanting to just kind of own a local area.
Right.
It's not the most impossible thing in the world, and we give you tips every week. You tune in here every week, and you're going to find out how to do something that's going to help you out.
And I think the stigma, marketing to people that are from, the old school seems like this big, complex... you've got to put all these layers on top of each other and build these massive type campaigns. Marketing is as simple as putting a Facebook post out that says, hey, my name is Jacob Van Helden. I sell final expense, burial coverage, life insurance, Medicare, annuities, whatever it may be. If you're interested in, getting a free rate, free quote, call me at this number. That's a very, very, at its most generic, basic form,
sure,
that is a very simple way to market yourself.
Right. It's better than sitting and waiting for a call.
Exactly.
Doing anything is going to help.
Yes.
So, I would tell anyone that should you market, that's that's kind of the topic. Should you market? Yes, you should market. Now, the level of marketing you should do, I can't tell you that. I don't know what your referral base, I don't know what your social circle's like. I don't know, how big of the population of the area you're in is. But you've got to do something.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you're in a smaller town or a small, city or whatever, and you want to put up 2 wooden stakes in the ground and put a banner out that says, call me, I'm the insurance guy. That's something. So you've got to do something.
Right.
That's marketing. That's a tangible physical world, simple marketing thing. Just signage. So you've got, if you're not doing anything and you're succeeding, call us.
Yeah,
let us know how you're doing it.
Yeah.
Share it with the world. We don't live in your area. We're not going to encroach on your people. Share the sauce because we want to know how you're doing it without putting any effort into it.
Well, and our very own Brian Askins, the man who actually owns Secure Insurance Group, has... I used to work very closely with him. He's never bought a lead in his life. He has done some baseline marketing, but what he did was he built a referral group of pretty powerful, well-known business people in our neck of the woods, and they pass a lot of business back and forth. That can be done, but again, like Rand said, you've got to have that market already. You have to have come from, the finance side of the world, or real estate side of the world, or the auto industry, or something that also gives you a whole nother group of people and business professionals, or you've just got to be that very well-known, popular guy that everyone knows. There's always that one guy in every city that just everybody seems to know for whatever reason. He's a socialite. He's out all the time. He's very involved in the community. I mean, that's a way to do it. But at its very essence, you're still marketing. I mean, you really are.
Exactly.
Everything you do is marketing.
Exactly. Even if you're in person.
Yeah. Guys, stick around. Part 2. Got a lot more to come. We know you're not going anywhere. You love us. That's why you're here. But stick around. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. Part 2 of Agent Marketing Mania. Every Tuesday, 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. Jake Rance with Secure Agent Mentor, bringing you dropping bombs on how to market yourself. Should you market yourself? Why should you market yourself? Everything you do is marketing, guys. And when you really, really think about it, everything you do is marketing. If you're at a sushi restaurant and you're sitting down and someone's having a conversation next to you and you spark up a conversation with them and you hand them a business card, you're marketing. You give them your phone number, you're marketing. They give you their phone number, they're marketing. Everything is marketing if you really think about it. So how you do it is really going to determine how successful you are. I am a true believer in social media, Facebook, online type marketing, just because you are going to reach so much more people for such a small budget. And you could go to the sushi restaurant and spend $30 on your meal and a drink to meet one person, or you could take $30, put it into a Facebook ad, and get it to 500 people. I mean, where's your dollar better spent? Yeah, you got a stomach full of sushi, great, but I would rather appropriate my $30 to go and send my message to 500 people rather than buy a meal and talk to one.
Yeah, I totally agree. And, unfortunately, how obsessed people are with phones and being on their smartphones and social media today. I mean, we got people staring at their phones, walking into traffic, hitting street signs, falling down stairs.
Oh, yeah.
So they're on there looking at social media all day long. So just, exactly what Jacob said, spending $25, $30 a week doing some advertising in your area, that's gonna drive business. It might take a couple months, but once people start recognizing and seeing that ad a few times, like, okay, this person might be legit, and it's just a weird psychological thing that works, where people just start seeing your name, they recognize you, and they start you get them thinking about insurance, whether it's barrel insurance or life insurance or annuities, whatever, mortgage protection, whatever your specialty is. Get them thinking about that. It might take them 5-6 weeks to really be like, I've kind of thought about this. I think I need to get some of that mortgage protection. I just bought a house here not too long ago, or I've had it for a while and I'm worried, or whatever the case may be. Get them thinking about it through some advertising on Facebook, on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. And I think that's going to pay off quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. There's absolutely no doubt about it. And that's the thing. But the other thing, and like he said, they've got to see it multiple times. And what do we say in every other show 1,000,000 times over? Consistency is key. You have to be consistent. Whatever you're going to do, commit to it. Yeah, hey, maybe the first week you only got 5 people that responded, and you got their information. You spent $30. Do it again next week. You may only get 3 people next week. But the more you do it, I promise you have to trust the process. The more that you do it, the more that people see it, the more legit it starts to look. because it's consistent. They're seeing it on a weekly basis. You're targeting the same group of people over and over and over and over again until they are like, what is this? I keep seeing this everywhere. I'm just going to click on it and I'm going to find out what it is. And that is how you do it. But you have to stay consistent. You have to trust the process. You have to invest in your business for people to want to do business with you. You have to. You've got to get your name out there. And the only way to do it, the best way to do it, not the only way to do it, the best way to do it, in my opinion, the most cost-effective, best ROI is using some sort of online social media type advertising platform.
Totally. And those are going to generate referrals as well. So you somebody clicks on your stuff or just look, say it's just a number, it's just your number, contact me, do this, whatever the call to action is. They call you, you set them up, help them out, they like you, you're a nice guy. They're going to tell their friends and family about you.
Yep.
And next thing you know, you've got one person that might have cost you $6 to acquire through once you're doing the analytics and everything, they turn into 3 people.
Exactly.
So it's tough to tell exactly what the impact really is on a social media campaign like that, because the word of mouth that's going to get spread can't really be measured,
right?
But it's going to be there as well. It'll be impactful,
right?
So should you market? Totally, you got to do something. And if you're just let's say you're a cheapskate and you don't want to spend any money marketing, then you got to get out there in the conferences. You've got to go to conferences that are for business related or
yep.
entrepreneurial conferences or whatever, or networking events of some kind. You've got to get out there, or church. It doesn't matter. If you're not going to spend any money, you've got to go shake hands, and you've got to let your hands and your face and your words and your introduction be your advertisement.
Yep.
So that's the only way to do it without spending money. If you're sitting back and waiting in today's world, good luck.
Yeah. Not
going to happen. And like I said, if you can do that and you just sit in your office and wait for the phone to ring and you're not putting out any effort, tell us how you're doing it.
Yeah, we need to know. I would love to get to that point. But
yeah.
It's tough for some people to grasp the idea of marketing, but it's at its most basic form, it's telling your story. It's telling people, hey, my name's Jacob. I sell life insurance, and here's why. Maybe you had a death in the family, and it financially ruined somebody. Or there was, something happened. There wasn't any insurance in place to protect it, and it financially ruined your family. Use that, because people, I don't want to say people but people understand and can relate with stories by matching life experiences. I can tell you right now, you are not the only person in the world who's had a death in the family that has financially ruined that family. And you can use that story to market to people and play those heartstrings, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, where you're appealing to them on an emotional level, to where you're now not a salesman, you're a human, and you are solving a problem, you're filling a gap. And if you can approach it that way, that's a very good, inexpensive way for you to drive inbound traffic. Rance, any final thoughts? I mean, if you were to do one type of marketing, let's just say you had $100 right now, and you could market on any platform whatsoever, what would you ideally, where is your dollar best spent, in your opinion?
Well, I would take, we've said this before, but one of the things I would do is I would take $10 of that, and I'd go to a place like Vistaprint, which isn't paying us, but they should. And I would make some really cool business cards, and I'd make them really unique. Yep. I would make them look different than any business card. If you're in the business of insurance, you've seen a lot of cards.
Yeah.
Do whatever you can to make it look completely different. I
Yep.
don't care if it's hot pink with fire on it.
Yeah.
You got to do something. So I would take $10 of that, make some business cards, and just start stapling them everywhere. Everywhere you go, put them out there. I know a lot of people do that, but you got to do something. You
Yep.
got to start somewhere, and if you have an attractive business card, that might just get you someone to give you a call, and then you can close them from there.
Yep.
And then I would take the rest of the money, the $90 or whatever, and I would do exactly what you said. I'd go straight to Facebook, and I would start advertising. I would create I'd get a really cool picture of yourself with, maybe a the logo of whatever company you're representing or whatever your brokerage's logo is, whatever like that. Put it up there and put your phone number on Microsoft Paint on the bottom of it. Something like that, and share it and get that going.
Yeah.
And, you know, that'll drive something. That'll help you a little bit for sure.
Yeah. Well, guys, every Tuesday, 3 o'clock, we're bringing you new tips, tricks, ideas, ways to market yourself, ways to get yourself out there, ways to stand out in this crowded world, because we're not the only people doing this, but we're consistent. We stay on it every single week. Every Tuesday at 3 o'clock, we are here with you, giving you ideas, giving you tips, giving you tricks, and we are getting people calling us saying, I need more information. I love what you guys are saying, and I want to hear more. If you want to hear more, call us. Let us know. Email us. Get a hold of Rants, guys. We want to help you out. That's why we do this. Guys, thanks for joining. We look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. Thanks for sticking around.